Good morning, and thank you for joining me for this Sunday sermon from Holy Saviour Church in Hitchin. I'd like to read to you a passage from Luke's Gospel, chapter 16, beginning at the first verse. Jesus told his disciples, there was a rich man whose manager was accused of wasting his possessions. So he called him in and asked him, "What is this I hear about you? Give an account of your management, because you cannot be manager any longer." The manager said to himself, "What shall I do now? My master is taking away my job. I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm ashamed to beg. I know what I'll do, so that when I lose my job here, people will welcome me into their houses." So he called in each one of his master's debtors. He asked the first, "How much do you owe my master?" 900 gallons of olive oil, he replied. The manager told him, "Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 450. Then he asked the second, "And how much do you owe?" 1,000 bushels of wheat, he replied. He told him, "Take your bill and make it 800. The master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the people of the light. I tell you, use worldly wealth to gain friends for yourselves, so that when it is gone, you will be welcomed into eternal dwellings. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Greed for money has brought the downfall of many a person over the years. All the time we read and hear about some minister in high office or some top executive who has been accused of corruption. One of the most notorious cases I remember from some years ago was that of a man called Nick Leeson, who brought down a whole banking empire, namely Barings Bank of London. Nick Leeson was the son of a plasterer from the London suburb of Watford. He never went to university. He joined Barings Bank as a simple clerk, but then rose quickly to where he was in charge of the bank's Singapore operation. He was very hard-working, he was very ambitious, and so he had an annual salary of $350,000, and alongside that had enormous bonuses. But he just wasn't satisfied. So he began to buy and sell derivatives. And at first he made huge profits for the bank. But he got more and more greedy. And he hid some of his transactions from his bosses. And in the end, he took a huge gamble which just didn't pay off, and he bust the whole bank. In situations like this, people pay for wrongdoing in currencies far more precious than money. They pay with loss of self-respect and dignity and hope. Of course, there's always a chance of cashing in by selling one's story to the media. But here again, there is a price to be paid. Whatever little dignity one had before, one will have even less afterwards. The episode of Nick Leeson reminds us a little bit of the servant in Jesus' parable. It seems that, like Neeson, the servant was corrupted by money. Given the importance of money in the world that we live in, it can so easily become our God too. We may well put money before honesty, before justice, even before family life. People become brainwashed into believing that owning more is good. The average person can get so fogged up that he or she has no perspective on what's really important anymore. Jesus says that we can't serve both God and money. You can't serve others and serve money too. There's an interesting little story from the Jewish tradition about a rich but miserly man who went to his rabbi and asked for his blessing. The rabbi greeted him in a friendly manner and brought him into his living room. Then he led him to the window which looked out on the street, and he said to him, "Look out there and tell me what you see." The rich man answered, "I see people walking about." Then the rabbi took him away from the window, and having placed a large mirror before him, he said, "Look into the mirror and tell me what you see." The man replied, "I see myself." Now, my friend, let me explain the meaning of this to you. The window is made of glass, as also is the mirror. However, the glass of the mirror has a veneer of silver on it. When you look through plain glass, you see people, but when you cover it with silver, you stop seeing others and see only yourself. When you are concerned only with money, you stop seeing others and see only yourself. We don't get satisfaction or meaning from stuff, from things. But when we devote ourselves to serving others, that really does give us true purpose, true meaning. Giving to other people is what makes us feel truly alive. Our hymn for today is "And Can It Be?" And may God's peace go with you.